Hi, my name is Liz Hathway and this is my astrological look at the coming week. Let's start with today, Monday. We have Mercury square Saturn. Mercury is now in its own sign, so it has a real ability to break things down into small parts and really analyse and get really down to the nitty-gritty. And this can be actually helped now by square to Saturn. It's really, being prepared to put in the work and to get down to the very fine details of things. It's quite exact in Saturn. So if these two planets can work together, they can really pull great results. The other possibility always with Mercury when it's square with Saturn is that we can get down, that thoughts can pull us down, that we can get bogged down in something. So there is a bit of tension because it is a square. But technically squares are great because of the friction. They actually things actually happen with the squares. On Tuesday, we have Saturn trine the North Node. Again, I think this is about truth. It's about honesty. It's about speaking from the heart and saying things, as you feel them and as you perceive them. And there's a risk attached to that because we have Jupiter opposite Uranus, the last of the three oppositions coming up as well this week, and that's on Thursday. So there is the sense really of making up the balance, drawing up the balance sheets. This could be a kind of difficult consensus with Jupiter opposite Uranus. And we have to try and accept perhaps two opposing views of reality. Each have their own merits. I mean, the whole issue with Jupiter is balance, discussion, communication, the talks, if you like. Whereas Uranus, certainly with Uranus in Aries, particularly, there's a need for action. There's a desire to push forward agendas, to be angry. It's a very sort of angry kind of energy. So it's a difficult consensus between Jupiter and Uranus and sort of uneasy equilibrium. And there's also, because it's an opposition, there's always that sense of, between these two poles, it's a bit like, you can't make up your mind when in fact, it's the last of the three oppositions. There's a feeling that you want to make a decision. You want maybe to be frank and to be yourself and to be impulsive and, go for it. But then there's the sense with Jupiter in Libra, there's an awareness of the other. There's the sense of I need to be tactful here. I need to bring peace and harmony. So what you really have to try and look for, I think, is mutually beneficial action. That you give something to both ends of this opposition. As we move into the weekends, what's also really important on Thursday, of course, is Pluto's going direct. Pluto has been retrograde since the 21st of April. And if you look at where Pluto was on January the 1st, January the 1st, Pluto was in 16 degrees 56 Capricorn. So when he goes now direct on Thursday, he goes direct in 16 degrees 51. So it's a kind of a year, this sort of, it's like Pluto has this tendency to clean things up, to clean the board, to really look deeply at issues. So there can always be with a Pluto station a sort of like a weighty feel to those days, actually, this whole week coming up to the movement of Pluto direct on Thursday. There's a kind of heaviness, there's a kind of sense, of course in Capricorn, of responsibility and a responsibility because of Jupiter opposite Uranus to yourself, to others. And it's also the awareness to really take the time that you need to really look at some issues that are desperately in need of attention in your life. And the station, it really is like a planet putting its entire weight down somewhere. And Pluto is no lightweight anyway. Pluto really does want to get into the psychology of things and really understand it and transform it. But you can't transform something until you fully understand it. And that's what Pluto's been doing. It's been pulling us in the direction of, do the work, sort it out, look at the issues, and now this move forward. It's a very tricky energy because it's happening around Jupiter opposite Uranus. So in the world, we could see some, we can see maybe Jupiter or Uranus getting the upper hand this week, because quite often that does happen with an opposition. And then the Pluto direct could be a real forceful act of some sort. Moving into the weekend on Saturday, we have Venus opposite Neptune. So we might be, you know, looking or analysing certain things. Pain and suffering is very much a Neptune theme. We might be thinking about certain things. It's a good day for doing charitative deeds. It's a good day to be out there with your tin and doing a bit of collecting. It's a good day for putting your energy out there to help others. It's also a great day to go and see a sad film and have a good old boo-hoo-hoo. It's a kind of, also, you know, you can get lost with Venus and Neptune opposite. It's very artistic, particularly because also on Saturday, Mercury goes into Libra. So we have the sense of soothing words and poetry and, yeah, sort of the difficult equilibrium things being smoothed over a bit, if you like, through the soothing energy of Mercury in Libra. So it's a funny week. It's about truth with the Saturn Sag trying the North Node. There's the element of having to exercise restraint, maybe with Jupiter opposite Uranus, or, as I say, to look for a mutually beneficial action with somebody that you're at loggerheads with. And then we come into the Pluto direct on Saturday and the Mercury into Libra, which is profound shifts in some way, you know, and maybe our words being able to soothe the pain of ourselves, our own pain, but also the pain of others. Okay, I wish you a really good week. That was my take on it. Bye for now.